about music. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands for the right authority. That it can't take your law in. Crime Stopper here for us. Bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor. If you see a human talking, I mean you check. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must part to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Rabbi, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Road Junction on the Old Road?
Oh, no, Charles. Tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exeter's Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Exactly. When you want some more, I provide it. So we start to talk. Thomas and going deep and deeper. Put it to each key. Living sense in her. Rabbi, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so warm.
Chicken say, Bogoli Oko, it's a gossip. Your friends, who gossip in every day, but our everyday activity. Sometimes I get this one, I tell her to be positive. Come to my house, you eat and you drink. Go to my neighborhood, you gossip about me. What did they say? And they cannot be the truth. I like the everyday activity that I would do. So say, no despite the better we can get you out. Not keep class, nobody can believe it. Go, everyday activity, stop money to go. Get on the floor, tell them what we do. Activity, something that we produce. Here all day, make sure don't go to jail. But let the money spend, let them use their play.
A very pleasant good morning. Good morning, wherever you're joining our broadcast. We'd like to welcome you right here this morning to the Tuesday edition of the program from the Print News here on this station. As a matter of fact, today marks the 22nd day of July, and I'm glad to be here this morning. We just got some assignments, that's why he's not going to be with us this morning. But hopefully, we're going to have our Radio LIP crew to join us shortly. And so, like usual, we have two local dailies on our decks, and we're going to be looking at just the online version of the both papers we usually bring on this program. We have the Front Page Africa newspaper, and we have the Daily Observer. My name is Esther Daku, and we're here running up to 12:30. So stick and stay with us as we bring you various information from the papers that we have on our decks this morning. Let's start up with the Front Page Africa, and the top story here says, it says, well, let's get to it. Let's get to our top story on the Front Page Africa. Okay, we have it right here before us. And here the top story says AFDB backed initiative to target financial inclusion. And this is right here. This is AFDB backed initiative to target financial inclusion for young entrepreneurs. So let's take some lines from this story. It says Liberia is preparing to take a significant step towards youth economic empowerment with the upcoming launch of the Youth Entrepreneurship Investment Bank, aimed at improving access to capital and skills development for young Liberians with entrepreneurial ambitions. And it says the unveiling ceremony on Tuesday, July 22nd, at the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex will be launched during the visit of Dr. Kwame A. Adesina, outgoing president of the African Development Bank. Dr. Adesina is visiting Liberia from July 21 to the 23rd as part of his final official engagements before concluding his turning in September. The YAP, supported by the AFDB, is being heralded as a transformational tool that seeks to unlock the economic potential of Liberia's youth by addressing long-standing challenges around financing, business support, and inclusion. Liberian authorities says the new youth-focused bank is designed to close the gap between potential and opportunity, providing tailored financial products, startup capital, and access to skills training that young people desperately need. For years, many young Liberians have been sidelined by traditional financial institutions due to lack of collateral or formal expertise. The YAP, with YAP, the government hopes to change that narrative, turning job seekers into job creators. But that's good. This is not just about giving loans, a senior finance ministry official explains. It's about investing in young people's future and building a vibrant economy driven by local talent. Dr. Adesinan, a represented development economist and agricultural reformer, is expected to play a central role in the launch event. On Tuesday morning, he is scheduled to deliver a keynote address at a high-level cabinet meeting where he will speak to cabinet ministers, deputies, SOEs, executive, and agency heads about inclusive development and power of youth innovation. Immediately after, Dr. Adesinan will serve as chief launcher of both the YAP and the Innovation Bureau, a newly established entity that will support youth entrepreneurship with research innovation labs and incubation spaces. Both institutions are being positioned as pillar of Liberia's new push for economic transformation through youth-driven enterprise. Alongside YAP, the Innovation Bureau will function as a creative and technical support hub for aspiring entrepreneurs. The Bureau will provide hands-on training workspace and mentorship to help young business owners develop sustainable ventures. President Waka will host a courtesy breakfast and later a presidential dinner in honor of Dr. Adesina on Tuesday, recognizing his decade of leadership at the AFDB and his support for Liberia's development ambitions. Over the years, the AFDB honored Dr. Adesina's leadership, has backed major projects in Liberia's energy, agriculture, and infrastructure sectors. The launch of YAP adds another layer to that legacy, one that directly touches the lives of Liberian youth. As Liberia finances preparation for Tuesday's launch, there is growing anticipation across youth communities, development cycles, and the private sector. The success of the YAP could make a turning point in how young people access opportunity and how they participate in sharing the country's future. We're gonna leave you on this one, and let's look at more stories this morning. But let's quickly make up time to recognize our sponsors, Crime Stop Liberia. We want to say thank you so much for giving us the platform. We want to recognize Mayuba and Sons Incorporated, one of the leading giants in the petroleum business. We want to also recognize Exeter's Best Price Store on the Galley Streets and Old Road. And so we have a lot of stories to look up here this morning. This says we are not ready, and then who says this? But let's see what it is. It says as rainy season gets underway, disaster agency goes unfunded with hundreds of thousands at risk. We are not ready. As Liberia's rainy season gets underway, the country's National Disaster Agency warns it is not prepared for what could become one of the worst flooding seasons in recent history. International forecasts warn that more than 825,000 people are at risk in the coming weeks. As the rainy season that began in June intensifies, causing flooding across the country, western, central, and eastern countries. The agency is racing to finalize an emergency response plan, but with key coordination structures still incomplete and no funding received from the finance ministry. Officials warn they are facing a potential humanitarian emergency in coming months. And this is the story. That's is a short story, but I think you heard the information, and this is something that we should really, really, really get prepared for. The Ministry of Labor orders PwC to pay over US 38K. For what? Is right here. The Ministry of Labor orders PwC to pay over US 38K. We want to take some lines from this story, and then we can run up more stories on the front page. Africa. The Ministry of Labor has ruled that the PricewaterhouseCoopers Liberia wrongfully dismissed 3 of its former employees and has ordered the company to either reinstate them or pay a combined total of US $38,612 in compensation. In a landmark ruling delivered by Bwaka A. Sharif, Director and Hearing Officer of the Ministry of Division of Labor Standards, the ministry found that the PwC breached its own employee handbook and failed to follow due process in dismissing James Kofa, Christopher Monobala, and Akin Berin, all of whom have served the company for between 5 and 7 years. It says the case stemmed from a former complaint filed on October 24, 2022 by the 3 employees through their legal counsel, Anthony Elijah W. Saw of the Dober Law firm and accused PwC Liberia of unfair labor practices and wrongful dismissal, citing that the company did not issue payroll warnings or performance reviews before terminating their employment. This is where we will stop. Let's look at more stories because there are a series of stories here. Jetty urges Indians, Lebanese to invest in industry. And then let's look at more. This is Public Works Minister applauds progress and urges stronger continental collaboration at ICTA. And this is here the Minister of Public Works, Roland Lafayette Giddings, has declared that Liberia is ready to lead and shape the future of transportation on the continent as the country officially opened the 11th International Conference on Sustainable Transportation in Africa. The conference, held under the theme Resilient Transport Infrastructure and Improved Access for Sustainable Development, is being hosted in Monrovia through a collaboration between the Global Transportation Professional Network Group, the Ministry of Public Works, and the Ministry of Transport, and the International Road Federation. Minister Giddings told delegates from across Africa and around the world that Liberia transitioned from a participant in the ICTA 2024 in Arusha, Tanzania, to the proud host of the 2025 edition, speaks volume about its rising influence and readiness. We return from Tanzania inspired by the innovation we saw, the partnerships we formed, and the energy of collaboration. Getting said today that inspiration has taken form. Hosting ICTA 2025 is not just an honor, it's a demonstration of Liberia's growing commitment to shaping inclusive and climate resilience transport system. That's where we're going to stop you. We have more stories to look up this morning. And where is it? But I think so far so good. This is all we are going to take. Let's quickly bring you the Daily Observer. Let's quickly bring you the Daily Observer. And we have the Daily Observer Liberia read on our decks this morning. Let's take few lines from just the Daily Observer. We have a series of stories here to look at. LTA seeks to break MTN Orange duopoly. This is right here. LTA seeks to break MTN Orange duopoly. We'll see some lines here. It says acting chairperson designate and deputy chair of the Liberia Telecommunications Authority, Mr. Clarence Masakwe, has called for urgent reforms to Liberia's telecommunications sector, including the introduction of a tiered telecom operator to break the long-standing duopoly held by MTN and Orange. Speaking at his confirmation hearing before the Senate Committee on Telecommunications, Masakwe laid bare the challenges faced by Liberian consumers, highlighting a near monopoly situation that leaves users with limited choices and potential high cost for mobile services. Mr. Chair, we have a situation in Liberia that is almost a monopoly. We have two GSM companies that are the major players, MTN and Orange, Masakwe told the Senate Committee. If these two companies decide to charge 75% per minute, and we have no other options, consumers will have no alternative but to play. Masakwe, who is also a former lawmaker of Lofa County, stressed that without competition, pricing remains unchecked and service quality risks stagnation. From the perspective of economists, when competition shows a free market system, prices tend to go down and service quality improves, he said. It is our strong view that the entry of a third or even fourth player will benefit Liberian consumers significantly. We urge the Senate to support the authority plans to create space for new entrants, emphasizing the economic and social benefits of increased competition. We will ask our technicians to provide a comprehensive database of our frequency spectrum, which will allow third or fourth telecom companies to be licensed and start operating in Liberia, Masakwe said. Masakwe also drew attention to an often overlooked issue: dormant telecom licenses held by companies that have not begun commercial operations. There are some companies with license to operate GSM services in Liberia, but they have yet to establish a commercial presence after nearly 2 years, he explained. This license warehousing is determinant to a competitive market. He proposed a firm stance on such license. We plan to conduct a thorough review and, if necessary, retrieve licenses that are not being actively utilized. This will help create room for serious investors who want to bring new competition into the market, Masakwe said. This issue, he asserted, is critical to breaking the duopoly and stimulating innovation. Liberian consumers have long lamented frequent dropped calls, poor network coverage, and slow data speeds. Masako addressed these concerns head on, revealing plans to implement a device registration system based on the international mobile equipment identity numbers embedded in all mobile numbers. We estimate that about 10% of quality of service issues stem from fake or unregistered phones, he said. By registering devices with their IMEI numbers, we can identify counterfeit phones and better understand the cause of service interruptions. Masako urged the Senate for support in enforcing the system, which he said will be an important tool in improving network reliability. If the LTA is supported to implement the system, it will help reduce fake phones on the market and address some of the quality of service problems consumers face, he said. A key theme in Massaquoi testimony was the need to improve telecom access in rural and underserved areas where network coverage remains sparse or non-existent due to perceived low commercial viability. Companies often avoid building infrastructure in rural areas because it is not commercially profitable, he explained. But as a government regulator, our profit is not just financial. It is about ensuring our people have access to communication services. He pledged that the LTA will prioritize resources to expand connectivity into these neglected regions. We will take deliberate steps to direct resources to areas deemed unprofitable by private companies to ensure equitable access for all Liberians, Mazakwe said. He acknowledged that many senators receive complaints from constituents about poor or no network coverage, affirming that this issue will receive focused attention. Several other stories to look at here: leveraging technology to optimize revenue generation. This is interesting. We are talking about 21st century. This is 2025, and leveraging technology to optimize revenue generation. Government turns to tech to improve revenue accountability. The government of Liberia has taken a bold step towards overhauling its public financial management system through the use of digital technology and a twin goal of improving accountability and increasing domestic revenue collection. At the opening of the Technology Summit 2025 held at the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex in Congo Town, Finance and Development Planning Minister Augustin Kwe Gafuan revealed that a US 30 million World Bank funded project is now underway to digitize key government ministries and agencies. This year, we launched a great project with the World Bank, a US 30 million initiative aimed at improving government accountability and transforming public service delivery, Minister Kafuan announced. The project, which targets the implementation of e-governance systems across government institutions, is expected to optimize workflows, streamline public financial management, reduce human interference, and make it easier to track and monitor revenue performance. We at the Ministry of Finance are digitizing that we have ways to go. Gafuan admitted. We want to be able to make things efficient because efficiency will cut processing time. The faster we implement government processes, the quicker we get revenue, and when we raise more revenue, we can do more for our people. As Liberia faces mounting fiscal pressures and high demand for public services, Minister Kafuan emphasized that deploying digital tools in the public sector is no longer optional, it is essential. We are in the technology age, and some of the challenges we face as a government can only be solved through technology, he said. one of our key measures to deal with shocks we have faced this year is to deploy technology in revenue mobilization. He pointed to reforms already being rolled out by the Liberia Revenue Authority, which include new IT system to improve tax collection and reduce leakages. By digitizing processes that were previously manual and prone to corruption or inefficiency, the government hopes to not only widen the tax net but to also build public trust in the system. Gafwan stressed that better technology means better oversight and fewer opportunities for funds to go uncounted for. While technology is a solution, Gavon acknowledged that Liberia's starting point is far behind global standards. Yet he urged Liberians not to be discouraged, but to embrace both ideas and radical innovation. We will stop you here. You can just go to the online of the Daily Observer, and definitely you will find this story. But let's look up more. Let's look up more stories here this morning. What do we have? It says China commits to government's arrest agenda. China commits to government's arrest agenda, and that's one of the stories there. We see stakeholders angry over threats against anti-deforestation campaigner. This is also one of the stories here. Stakeholders angry over threats against anti deforestation campaigners. Well, let's see some lines. I think we are at a stage where when we talk about our forest, when we talk about climate change, it affects all of us, and we should all be concerned. We should all be interested in, you know, this kind of information. Two major company forest advocacy organizations in Liberia have raised alarm over what they described as harassment and intimidation directed at Samson Zamin, a frontline campaigner against illegal deforestation in Grangida County. In a joint press statement issued by the National Union of Community Forest Development Committees and the Community Forest Management Bodies, the forest advocates condemned threats being perpetrated by the Superintendent of Grangida County, Ellis Grant, against Zami, calling for an immediate investigation and his protection. The statement was delivered at a press conference in Pinsville on Monday, July 21, by Andrew Waze Siliman, National Program Coordinator of the NUCFDCs. Zami, who served as Chief Officer of the Bloquart Authority Community Forest in Boison, Grangida, has led several efforts to remove illegal foreign occupants, primarily Burkinabe nationals, from the community forest area. His actions, Zilliman noted, were in line with legal mandates and community resolutions aimed at protecting Liberia's forest resources from the unsanctioned exploitation. Zami's work in Grangida has been critical in documenting and deterring environmental destruction, including tree burning for illicit cannabis cultivation. They cited video evidence shared by Zami that show peaceful and non-violent removal of illegal settlers from the forest. However, concerns escalated after Superintendent Grant referred to Zamin as a fugitive during a broadcast on OKFM Forest Hour program, vowing that he will be arrested wherever he is found. The unions described the statement as deeply troubling and indicative of a broader attempt to suppress local forest governance. Okay, and let's leave you there. Let's leave you right here and look at this story. LDEA charges woman 39 with multiple offenses. And folks, we brought this story on yesterday, so we're not gonna go back to it. But let's see this China story. China commits to government's arrest agenda. Looks interesting. Let's take some lines from here. It says Chinese ambassador to Liberia Yang Chenghua has reaffirmed China's commitment to supporting Liberia's national development vision, the IRS agenda for inclusive development through enhanced cooperation in digital innovation, science, and technology. Speaking on Monday, July 21, at the Liberia Technology Summit 2025, Ambassador Yan declared that China stands ready to be a strategic partner in helping Liberia harness the power of technology transformation to rebuild its economy, expand infrastructure, and unlock inclusive growth. The summit is of historic significance, said Ambassador Yan. It demonstrates Liberia's strategic vision to seize the opportunities of the new round of scientific and technological revolution and industrial transformation, thereby accelerating the implementation of Liberia's IREST agenda for inclusive development. Held in Monrovia, the summit brought together key stakeholders from government, development partners, academia, and the private sector under the theme of leveraging innovation to drive economic social progress. Core topics include legislation for science and technology, digital infrastructure and use of digital tools in education, healthcare, finance, and governance. Ambassador Yang spotlighted China's emergence as a global leader in science and innovation. He revealed that China now ranks 11th in the 2024 Global Innovation Index. In other words, second largest R&D investor and leads the globe in patent applications. The country is also home to more than 40% of the world's lighthouse factories and boasts 71 artificial intelligence unicorn companies, representing nearly one third of the global AI unicorns. China has a large number of high quality workers and entrepreneurs, the world's largest number of scientists and engineers, and a growing talent divided, he said. By leveraging science and technology innovation, China is increasingly contributing to international peace and development. He emphasized China's growing influence in emerging industries such as the new energy, next generation IT, and advanced materials, all vital to green growth, economic transformation, and resilience. China's vision, according to Ambassador Yang, goes beyond innovation. He underscored Beijing's commitment to global scientific cooperation rooted in openness, fairness, and shared benefit. He announced that China is scaling up science and tech assistance to developing nations and creating global skills research fund to ensure developing countries benefit from cutting edge innovation. China promotes open, fair, equitable, and non discriminatory international science and technology cooperation, he said. We develop science for the benefit of all, regardless of borders, and jointly build a global science and technology community. He also referenced China's renewed pledges at the recent Forum on China Africa Cooperation meeting, where it committed to deepen ties with Africa in green industries, AI, e-commerce, and scientific collaboration, all of which are central to Liberia's IRS priorities. To solidify their partnership, Ambassador Yan proposed a four-point plan for expanding China-Liberia scientific and digital cooperation. First, he called for a strategic policy dialogue and around ICT frameworks, emphasizing the importance of working together on cybersecurity and regulatory development. Second, he highlighted opportunities to cooperate in smart agriculture, digital education, e-health, e-governance, and digital transformation of traditional industries, all aimed at supporting Liberia's goals for economic diversification and job creation. Third, he encouraged deeper engagement within the multilateral platforms, particularly the International Telecommunication Union, to boost capacity building, digital connectivity, and innovation in Liberia. Further, he urged greater inclusion for empowering women and youth in science and technology, while also encouraging businesses or business to business exchanges between Chinese and Liberian enterprises. Science and technology innovation and cooperation can serve as a new engine of the China Liberia strategic partnership. Yang emphasized we are committed to working with Liberia to chart a new chapter in friendship and cooperation. Ambassador Yan concluded by acknowledging that Liberia's road to technological development will not be without challenges, but stressed that the possibilities are boundless. He assured that China remains a reliable partner aligned with the principles of sincerity, real results, amity, and good faith, and the spirit of extensive consultation, joint contribution, shared benefit. Liberia's joining of science tech development will be marked by challenges yet boundless possibilities, he said. China will stand by Liberia in this endeavor. Well, so far so good. These are all of what we can take from the both papers we have on our decks, the Front Page Africa and the Daily Observer. We're gonna take a short break with our sponsors. When we come back, we'll come with our talking points.
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Grove Junction on the Old Road?
Oh no, Charles, tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exeter's Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exeter's Best Price Store on Garland Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Exactly. When you want some more, I provide it. So we start to talk. Come on, so going deep and deeper. Put it to each key. Be that living sense in her.
It's about music. There are crowds in many places. In every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hand for the right authority. Well, it can't take your law in. Crime stopper here for us. Bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor. If you see a human talking, I mean you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. The stopping ground for all of our Crime Stopper. The people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper. Stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia. From the center to interior. Crime Stopper. Keeping us safe. The stopping ground for all of our. When chicken say, Bogoni Oko, it's a gossip. As soon as they pray, when chicken say, Bogoni Oko, it's a forcing. Tawa every day at evidence. Tawa every day at evidence. Tawa every day at evidence.
A very warm and pleasant welcome back from that break. Of course, this morning we have a lot of different, things to talk about. We read a lot of stories from the Front Page Africa. We read a lot of stories from the Daily Observer. And one of the stories here this morning that really, really caught my attention, that is affecting each and every one of us, even though there are still few people that it hasn't hit yet, but the issue of flood. And we just saw what the Disaster Management Agency had to say about it. The fact that we are in July and we have experienced rain, on a daily basis. We saw some on yesterday, right? And I don't know what is falling out there now because I've been in the building since this morning. And this is what is going to keep happening. We're going to keep having the rain falling, and most especially with the way people have built their homes in this country. And that's one of the things that we have never, ever taken consideration of. The fact that I buy a piece of land, I do not need to go through any requisite authority before I put down my structure. I can just do anything. There's no regulation for that and all of that. These are some of the reasons why we are going through what we're going through. You might want to give example to other countries that are going through flood. You want to ask whether are they not being regulated on how to build their homes or to build infrastructure and all of that. But I'll tell you this for a fact. Most of the communities that we see flood in today is because we did not build to the right places, or somebody near us built on the alley or on the drainage. We didn't say nothing about it because we felt like if you say something about it and the person might feel like you don't want them to have a house there, or back and forth. And that's how the country have always looked like. It have always looked like we're not in one another's interest. My house is here, and this is the drainage. And then you build a house there, put fence around it. At the end of the day, if the water cannot have a place to flow, it will definitely find another route to use. You cannot stop the water from flowing. Most especially those of you that live in the swammy area. Our wetlands should be preserved. In as much as we say wetlands are not wasteland, when you want to build on a land that is in a swammy area, you must seek advice. Now we are going through what we're going through because of the way we let things happen. Look at, for example, on the Johnsonville Road there around the Pepperwulu Market area. There was eviction recently. Shops along the road was broken. There were houses along the community road that were broken down. We are sad about it. But folks, at the end of the day, you deserve whatever you get. And I like the fact that government not doing compensation again, because according to what I heard from those that got a shop along the road, yep, they are paying, they definitely got to pay taxes because these are businesses they run. But this is an alley. This is the road that leads into the community. And you build on it. For the fact that they are not ready to develop the place, you can have a shop there, that's no issue. The road that is between, once car can pass through, is a fun thing. But you must have it at the back of your mind that there's going to be time where government will need to develop that particular area. And then at the end of the day, you have put some kind of very beautiful, very giant structure right on the alley. And when that time comes and they want to break it down, because that's where you live. Where you live, it's not like you're doing a business there, getting income from that place that you built, that over the years, you'll be able to do something for yourself, even if they evict you from there. But this is a place that you put your resources into. You build your home. You're there with your family. At the end of the day, when government ready for that land, they will let you know ahead of time. That's what they always do. We always want to blame government. You're supposed to do this. Yeah, government will always give you time. That's what they should do. Nobody will just walk to your structure and just break it down without giving you prior notice. Nobody do that. But at the end of the day, you have to blame yourself. We have flaw in the community today because of what is happening. People are building, massively building. It's a good thing to build. But when you purchase a land, you got to look at the waterway. You have to. Because even if you build on a waterway and you're not affected, your nearby neighbors will get affected. And that's where the community chairman comes in. But you see some of the community chairmen, they are not interested in protecting the community. Some of them are mostly interested in how you can give them something and be able to do something, which is a really sad thing for our country. And that's one of the reasons why this country is not going anywhere. We just think about ourselves, what we can get for ourselves. That's what we are concerned about. Whatever happened to you does not concern me, which is a sad way to live. Most especially in a country that is not even close to being developed. And every time that I sit on this radio and say Liberia is at the behind of the world, because it's not just the behind, but it's behind. Because what do we have? In the 21st century, we see other countries how they handle crimes. For Liberia, somebody will be killed in one community. Nobody dare to identify the body. They will come and do their inspection, do photographs, and they will say the body should be here for at least a day or two. They used to do 3 days, but now I think it stays a day or two before they take it off the road. Whether it's by somebody's house, nobody cares about it. And that person died, they do not care to know why, how. That's how it is. And that's one of the reasons why crime is on the increase. If Liberia is growing with the world, we have technology. If Liberia is growing with the world, we will not have all these issues we're having now. We need to divorce our mind of the kind of mindset that we have, that we always have to want to be this. A very big professional, a profession that has a big name. When I grow up, I want to be a lawyer. When I grow up, I want to be a doctor. These are fun things because we need doctors in our society. We need lawyers in our society. But let's get it at the back of our mind that every one of us cannot be. All of us cannot be. And that is one of the reasons why this country is deep rooted in poverty. It is because of how we think. That's how we were That's how we were reared. We saw our parents went to school, graduated, got a job. That's the way of living in Liberia. You must get a job. I must be working. And that's one of the reasons why we don't think about being creators of jobs. We always want to work for people. You work in a sector for years and years, 25 years, 30 years, you are in this sector. Yes, you will get paid. At the end of the day that you are not working anymore, that you are pension, you look like you never worked in your entire life. You go back to begging, which is like a lifestyle in this country. I can tell anybody for a fact, we parents owe it to our children. It is our job, it is our responsibility to support them, not the other way around. I was on my way to town this morning and along the New Georgia route there, where the kids, little children are there with visually impaired people begging on the streets. The arcades, they will get down from the sidewalk, come on the car road to your car windshield to ask for money. This is the country we find ourselves in. Other country, if you are a blind man, it does not mean that you are not part of society. There are jobs for you. Or a person with disability in advanced country, that's what it is. And we cannot always keep saying advanced country, advanced country. When are we going to personalize it for ourselves and say, I'm proud of Liberia, this is Liberia? It starts first with us devoting our mind of the mindset that we have. That everybody want to work to office, in the office, in the office, in the office. There are a lot of profession. If everybody will want to go sit down in one little office with your necktie and your long shirt, your coat suit, you sit in the office. If everybody will do that, will we have technicians? No, we will not. How do you get your and that's one of the reasons why there are a lot of things that we don't have in this country. We don't. Because we are not thinking. The only thought we have in our mind, we want to go to high school, we graduate, we go to college, we get a job. That is always our goal. That's what we want. I want to be this. I want to be that. It's a good thing. Every society needs everything. And I like the fact that more people are going into technology now because that is the future's job. That is the future's job. We're in the 21st century and we are gradually growing and we are growing and we are growing. We should be so. You are out of high school, you are out of the university, you don't have a job. I mean, why are we not using our head? I'm including myself. That's why I'm saying we. Why are we not using our heads? When there are a lot of things we can do. You are in that university, you got your colleagues. In other countries, people look for like mind, people who have the same kind of, goals and values and think you can get together, whatever resources you can come up with, put together, create a company. We have always seen company to be something, big, huge, that we cannot do. And it's simple. It comes with sitting and thinking about the problems that we have. Liberia has so many problems. What is this problem? And you start to think, how can I solve this problem? There are a lot of ways we can create jobs for ourselves. But we have always had the mindset that we are better than the people who sells. A man who sells his own product. You're not better than him. For the fact that you're sitting in one little office and you're taking $500 for salary at the end of the day, go ask that man who sells his product. 500 US a month. That's your salary. And you got one man who sells his products. Go ask that man how much he makes a month. His profit. Forget about his capital. His profit at the end of the month, how much he makes. We need to change our minds. We need to change our attitudes because this is what that is holding us back. There are a lot of things we can do. Just a young lady the other day, I'm sure she sat and thought about it, and she was able to create this thing. There are businesses, there are institutions in this country that need different people. They need cleaners. Homes need cleaners. People need electricians. That's the work of a company. You create your company. You find the people. Try to get contracts, customers. At the end of the day, they pay to you. You pay your workers. It applies everywhere. Same way we have the security sector. You have different securities in the country. Security firms in the country. They have their employees. If this institution needs securities, we send you there. At the end of the month, pay us to the company pay you. That's a company. We should not always see these things to be big. Let's be innovators. If Liberia will leave from this level to the next level, the young people got to think. Put on your thinking cap. The money we put in our phones and be on the internet, strolling, commenting on other people's posts, liking, denigrating people on their posts. How is it your concern that somebody decide to do this thing with their life? How does it concern you? How? For the fact that the person is not stealing, the person is not killing anyone, they're not going against society rules, they're not selling drugs or doing any of the crimes that our country forbids. How is that your concern? So the time you waste typing yama thing, the rubbish on people posts, she not even fine, she using makeup. Most of our young girls, that's what you do. You sit on the internet, look at people post, somebody post there, the other one she let using makeup too much. Like, how is that your concern? The time and energy that we put in these things, we can put it on ourselves. Be innovative. There are a lot of things you could look at that could change your lives. There are books to read. If you're not the reading type, you have audio books. These different materials helps you. It shapes your life. At the end of the day, you got something in your head that yes, this is what I want to do. Instead of just sitting, most especially for the girls, you sit and wait. One man send you money on your phone. He doesn't send it, you get angry as if to say he owe you. I mean, we need to change our mindset. There are a lot of things that we can do. There are businesses that we can venture into. Look around you. We see a lot of things. The world is so close to one another. You want to see anything, just go on the internet and you see it. Just tap it in and you will get to see it. What is it that we need that the world is using out there that we do not have? How can I import it? How can I bring it to my country? How can we fight hard to get on par, with the rest of the world? You think if many Liberians or many people in this country are engaged into different businesses, into companies, the money that you pay for taxes, it goes to government revenue. It boosts the economy. That's how it works. But in our country, we prefer to work for the people. Go to most of the Lebanese, different foreign stores we have in this country. Go there. You see your people there. They are locals. How many Liberian-owned business do we have as compared? Big businesses as compared to foreigners in this country. We prefer to work for them. And I was listening to her teaching the last time, and I feel really bad. When you are poor, it is difficult for your children to break from that cycle. I know you want to say they break from the cycle. They're not poor. When I mean not poor, I mean rich. It is difficult for a poor man's child to be rich because of our mindset. A child in America will break a remote to see how it was prepared. Or in any other foreign country that or a rich man's child will break a remote to know how it's repaired. His parents will commend him for it. They will take him to a school where they can teach him those electrical things. In Liberia, you try a year, they will flog you for it. You go damage something, you will get flogging for it. So the people cherish those things. And yeah, we see it to be their child destructive. You spoil that one, you spoil that one. You're not concerned about what they're doing with it. At the end of the day, you beat them. They will not want to engage in that stuff. Nobody can eat book. That's what some people can say. But the fact remains that if you are a poor man, I don't care what kind of school you send your child to the very best of schools, your child will end up working for a rich man. The rich people's son or the rich people's daughters, they will work for them. They might be managers and earn their own money, yes, but the fact remains that they work for these rich people kids. They might likely, that's what it is. Brilliant kids. Watch them. Check the society today. Somebody sitting at example, Central Bank. At the end of the month, your salary is maybe $1,000 or your salary is $800. the salary is 500, around that range. Somebody can open their shop. A girl could open her beauty salon, create her brand. Trust me, at the end of the day, she makes more money than that person who get all that big headed up portfolio sitting in office. Because that's what we like. We prefer the portfolio. Want to say, I'm working at this place. I am the so and so of this place. At the end of the day, that person who just in that place makes a lot of money more than you. And then it comes to the point where the moment you start to, arrive, look good, people start to hate you for it. You will post your thing, they will come on your post, they will say a whole lot of things. This country is full of too much hate. Too much hate. Some months ago, they were on another young girl talking about how she looks. She's always using makeup on her face. It is hard that you use your data to go comment rubbish on somebody's post when you can use that data to do something for yourself. Data already expensive. You put $2 card in your phone before you pop, they finish. You report the $5 there, $5 scratch card, using it on an iPhone. How long does it carry for? I'm speaking from experience. If I put $5 in this phone, it can be 2 days. It'll finish. But we have all the energy to give hate to one another. And this is mostly for the young people. You don't want to end up tomorrow when they pension you from whatever job that you're hoping to get, and then you never work in your whole life. You lay back on your children, put all your responsibility on them. Let's change our minds and our attitudes. The little businesses we're able to start is able to help us. That problem that we want to solve can definitely help us. There are different a lot of things we can do as young people to change our lives, so that you cannot be vulnerable out there. You got no excuse. No excuse. The 21st century that we're in, the technology is there. Let's make use of it. Nobody. You are lazy. That's laziness. You want to stay to your house in the morning and be pressing phone 24 hours, or you watching television. That is laziness. I can't find a job. I got nothing to do. That is laziness. There is always something to do. Challenge yourself. Instead of getting up in the morning, go on Facebook or whatever social media and be commenting on people's posts. People who living their life and they are happy and enjoying it. You are hurt. And that's not a good thing. That is not a good thing. And what you want proof? Why she wearing makeup every day? Most of the time when I see these things, it is funny to me because, how is it that you're concerned? If I decide to use makeup every day, that's my makeup. If I want to go do surgery on my body, BBL or whatever it is, that is my concern. Whatever happens to me, it happens to me. You can be on people's posts and be typing any kind of thing you want to type. You don't know the person from anywhere. Just because you get phone in your hand. And that person can feel you. You get phone in your hand, you're able to type it. So you don't care. It is a sad thing. Let us think about what we can do. Because the more we get engaged, the more we get ourselves involved with positive things, it's going to help this country. It is going to help this country. We understand that our leaders got their issues. But it's not just what your country can do for you. It's what you as an individual can do for your country. I think I've eaten enough of your time. Let's go to the telephone lines quickly and engage our audience. I am so sorry I had to eat all of your time, but we need to keep talking to our people. This country, where this country is right now, we need to do everything possible that we can to lift Liberia up. It is a sad thing to travel from this country, go to nearby countries and see what is there. You don't have it here. In the 21st century, you live in the nation's capital. You got to come downstairs and go look for water to put in your house. You don't have stable electricity. I mean, a lot of things that people who live in the city should have. Look at we share common product with Ivory Coast. Go to Ivory Coast. Not just in Abidjan. I mean, the neighboring communities. It look like your country capital city. Better than your country capital city. These are black people. They're not whites. They got the same brain you got. I mean, there's nothing different. It's just about how you do it. But call us this afternoon on 0776-104-104, 086-500-104. Those are the numbers you can call us on today. Today, I think I'm a motivational. Yeah, and we're not talking politics today. So this is what we're talking. Call us on 0776-104-104, 086-500-104. Those of you following us from the diaspora, you call us on +231-886-500-104. Those are the numbers you can call us on and be a part of the show. Okay, we have our first caller. Hello, welcome.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, welcome to the show. Let's hear you.
Okay, my name is Fred Ray and I call you from Water Street.
Go ahead, let's hear you.
Yeah, I got listening to the program. I like the show.
Okay.
I would like to say thank you for the program. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm able, yeah, one of the Lord. So you know, I want to say thank you for the program. I hope all of you will be listening to funny.
Okay. All right. Thank you for calling, and you can change whatever it is that you're doing there. You just need to think, be a problem solver. Think about what problem. What is the problem? What's happening here? What do we need here? Instead of there are some things that you don't even need money to do. Hello.
Thank you.
Hello.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the show. Let's hear you. Quickly.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my name is Hussein. I'm Hussein Kew. I call on Jacob's son.
Mm-hmm.
I want to appreciate you. And I think it's a very good thing that sometimes we consultate business. Like you said, nobody has to listen to the radio from the morning to the night and just sitting and think President Baka will bring you to your house.
Mm-hmm.
Or you stay at children's school. No, there should be avenues. There should be companies. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yourself can be a self-employer.
Of course.
And you myself, my sister, people think that I call on the radio and then support them as government teacher. And I say this to my friends. I've been in the private sector all throughout my life. I've never entered government. No government support me for what I do. I use my money to put cash in my phone. No officials of government, pay me for what I do. Out of conviction, out of passion, I do what I do. I'm not bragging about it. You know what I'm saying? So those who every time we come to the President Baka, the country like this, what can you do? What is your contribution towards the economy? How can you sustain yourself? Can you apply for scholarships? They're not selecting people you know party.
So we don't want to drag politics into it. So
yes,
thank you very much. Let's go to another person. Hello, welcome. Hello. Caller, are you on the line? Okay, that person is not ready. Let's come to this person. Hello. Welcome to the show. Let's hear you, ma'am.
Oh, this is Dr. Masisi on the line.
Oh, Masisi. Doctor.
You said it right. You said we shouldn't talk politics, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, but you open a line for who think to capture a simplicity on the
That's
line.
why I had to tell him that because he was going to.
I got to be real sense in my son who think care.
Hey, Lord. Yeah, come here.
Hello?
Masisi, go ahead.
Don't laugh. I'm not insulting who think that my son is my picking.
Mm-hmm.
But if you lie, the reality must speak for itself. Don't come here and say, because when I carry food to poor houses, no, I'm going to tell you for. If you want to say that more, they will go to the politics. I will say, what else should be liberated on people? You shouldn't say that People were suffering about that Georgia was doing it. People not have phone and people like Georgia was doing it. There was no company coming to the country that Georgia was doing it. So then now you come around, you see you can save the state. But the main photo is John. So then you come and tell us, but I'm not careful to you. Oh no. For me, I'm telling you all open and open.
Okay.
So I'm telling you now.
All
I'm
right.
telling you. I get today, I'm not telling anybody. Anybody will help me that thing. From what we're playing to working. Let it be follow. That be reality. Doing this one don't love because they are now on government, but it's no job for them. It's like something for all the place. They don't get a job for government. They do it, they will say it. They will get out for you, will say it. Right, they don't say it. You want to just go for year and then you got them money, they pay you later or nothing. And you damage to yourself. What they will say, let's put them a lot of come and say, oh, when people are getting or you're getting to what I don't think. No, you see, I'm from job for us. No, we're not saying it. The black one protecting the project, that's it. You your people that was supporting here, very well. The one was not put you and telling us that all the black one are they are corrupt. Whatever before, they pass the justice. They work out all nonsense here. Thank you, madam.
Okay. Let's go to this person. Hello, welcome.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yes, I didn't do this, David King.
David King. Welcome, David.
Thank you. I didn't today, my day. He never sent me.
Hey, happy birthday. Happy birthday, David.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, darling. You know, all that you said in your analysis, these are just the facts. You know, today, the proliferation of young children, young kids between cars at every traffic light, or where traffic usually, move cars. I mean, they're getting too much. I did not see that during Helen 12 years, or even Charles Taylor 5.5 years. I did not see that. I did not even see that on a Josh Weir. Today, I mean, it's like Mr. Walker who told us that his mother was handicapped. I think he should have some humanity in his heart. You know, to serve humanity, it comes from the heart, right? And for you to be humanitarian, you must have feeling for people. But it seems to be our government, more especially our president, don't have feeling for the community that he came from to be who he is today. So when I see those little children, I just drove far to go. And the little child came to my car, to my window. She said, Uncle, hello, dear mama. And I gave her $100. When I drove to the police academy junction, similar thing happened. And I said to her, the cash, I ran her cash, I don't have cash. Yeah, I bought the other thing and the change. I just gave it to one of your friends at the Google junction. And said, okay, she went to the next vehicle. I mean, small children are supposed to be in school. You're doing school, going time. You will see those children in the street. At about the time I can remember doing former president, we are those guys will be at the commission for disability in Congotown. They'll be getting a rise, they'll be getting some money, for the first city. But I've not seen that for the last 1 year, going out to 2 years. They are never happening like that for other people. So I don't know how Baka is even thinking about those people. For who seem to even come here and say, Baka not going to, we're not saying Baka should take food to our houses, but you create the enabling environment so that we Liberians can be what we're for and stop them there begging that we always begging one another. And for instance, for you, you are better. You part of the call up brigade when you call, they give you money. And you go to one minister of it, she ain't heard me, I'm there with them. They are picking holes, something like that. Not everybody in that position to do that.
Right.
So when we are discussing critical national issues, I think we should be void of politics. Let us talk the reality. What's very happening here? Because my sister Danny, if you just go to the market, they will not bring you as unity partisan and reduce your price.
No.
And if I do come there, they will not bring me as Tunisian and increase my price.
No.
Whatever price that we meet on the market is what we want to buy.
Okay.
If you are right, the taxes of Borotan, the way they charge in the Unity Partisan, that is how they charge in the Tunisian, the ANC man.
Of course.
Let's not take politics for this team, man. I mean, because if we continue with politics, our national leader will not be able to listen to us and be able to do the needful. So we all should speak to our leader of our conscience so that they can be able to do the right thing for us. Thank you, Daddy, for affording me the opportunity.
Thank you, David. Let's go to this line. Hello, welcome.
Yes, hello, darling.
Hello, welcome to the show. Let's hear you.
Thank you. I'm a silent listener of this radio station.
Okay.
I would like to be happy. The children are in the street with their parents begging for food, begging for money. Oh, please, oh, uncle, please help me. Please help mama. You need to do some awareness for them. Because let's forget about joy. We are done because when you talking about joy, we are done. People will say, oh, that man has sedition. That woman has sedition. So let's start from even child that time. We never even used to see them to go in the street. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, let's take another person. Hello, welcome.
Afternoon, Mr. How you doing?
I'm okay. I'm fine.
Yeah, this is Seth Moka. Let me say happy birthday to.
Okay. Hello. You're coming in broken. We're not hearing you.
Hello, you getting me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I was saying happy birthday to my brother David King as he celebrated his day today. Yeah, and it's concerning when you come to the civil community because just you were saying that is the reason why we always inform our people that it will be very difficult for the illiteracy rate to reduce in the country. Because usually the civil people that you're talking about, one person is on the street with 2, 3, 4 kids with them. And they are not in school. When you ask them, oh, my mama get money, my father get money to send me to school. They are on the street from the morning hour, they're in the night. When they go for whatever they get, they find something and prepare, they rest and eat soon the money again, they get back on the street. So can we provide some education for them? Because if these children that you have brought on the street, they are about 4, can you allow for them to come the day, because we also looking at the risk involved. Another thing, because if you take them from there, what do you have to give them? You are not offering them anything, but provide some education for them. That at least Mary can come with you today, tomorrow let Mary stay, then John come. But everybody come with them, and it is really, really getting to be really disappointing to some of us because when we pass by our colleagues between the cars with their children in the morning hour from Sunday to Sunday, they are there. So it's really concerning. And it is a society that really have the mind and feeling for its citizens. Okay, the very guys that are in power, the very guys that have the money in their pocket, they pass by, and some of them will not even trap anything like you and myself. So that when we are coming from church, I will tell my son, oh, the little thing got in your hand, give it. Okay, it will be me. Okay, but for them, their wages will be one up and they will pass by. They don't see it to be anything. But this is the bad thing there for the country. Every traffic light that you burn away, you have the civil people there and they are begging. Nobody is saying anything about it. Nobody is doing anything about it. It's very much concerning. That is the reason why the register rate and the poverty in the country is very hard to reduce. Now, all of these children, they will get older, carrying their parents around to pay for them, and then time will come, they too will have their own children. They will not be incapacitated to be able to serve society to benefit, and then their own children will come and join to the same thing. The same thing control to that. So there's a need that Nigerian people do something about this thing to see about reducing some of the problem on our people. It's really tough. It's really not easy. So thank you for the word of motivation, and it is okay. Time for politics, we will battle it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Edmund. And we don't have time. We are already spinning on time. And so we want to just draw down the curtains on today's presentation of the program from the print news. Let us encourage ourselves because no one is going to drag you into what you don't want to get into. Let us encourage ourselves. Let us start to put our hands to work and not just lay back. And so those kids that have to be because they do not have a choice, they are born to parents who are in need, and you have to be on the streets there. We're hoping that the government can have a program that will affect each and every one of you lives because it is a sad thing that we see you on the streets because you saw yourself born to that kind of family. There's a lot of things that you are vulnerable to. You could lose your self-esteem. Uh, Anybody could harm you, and we're hoping that the government got plans to do something about you because you cannot tell us that you have plans already for these kids or you're doing something for them, but yet we still see them in the streets. They are everywhere, most especially on that around that New Georgia junction when you leave from St. Michael, just before you hit the New Georgia junction itself. They are always there in the morning, in the evening hours. They are there, even during school days. They are there. It is unfortunate situation. We need to do something about it. We cannot just sit there and just look. We have to do something. And so we'll be here again on tomorrow on the the midweek edition of the program from the print news. And Winter going to be here. Hopefully, we'll have our Radio LRB partners with us. And so, do have yourselves a great day. Bye bye from my end.